juicy little podcast that we are doing for you guys, bite-sized content tips for creators. We're going to grab some questions inside our membership and some questions that we get a lot on the socials and answer them for you right here on the podcast because why? We can. I'm Kristen Werner, your brand and marketing expert, and I am joined with Mia.
Hi, I'm Mia. How are you?
You want to tell everybody what you're an expert in, Mia?
So good saying like I'm an expert. I've been doing UGC for nearly 3 years now. I've made great money from UGC. So I've been around the block. I haven't come down in the last shower, let's just say.
So in the future, guys, we will just do a short, sharp little introduction. But today we wanted to introduce you to this little chunkin? This little podcast that has bite-sized chunks for you to consume that's going to answer your questions if you're trying to land brand deals, if you're trying to get paid for content, if you're trying to build your personal brand in this space. We wanted to just answer questions we get asked all the time in a way that you can consume on the run and get things done. So let's just jump into it, Mia. Question that we've got inside our membership we wanted to ask because we think it's really helpful for everyone. So, can I do this? I'm confident in this space for me at age 40. I'm going to start again. I fucking can't read. This is what I told you guys. I'm just going to stop.
Me to read it?
Yeah, you read it.
All right. So one of the questions that we had inside our membership is from a lovely lady that said, can I do this? I'm confident that in this space, now I can't read. I'm confident that this is the space for me at my age of 64 to create UGC. But I wanted to ask you girls, have you come across products, especially for mature women, that brands need content for? All advice warmly appreciated. And things that are other than continent pants. I don't need them, so she's joking. So this is a really great topic because, a lot of older women are starting to realize that, hey, I can get paid for my content. I don't need to be 20. I don't need to be an influencer. I don't have to have an aesthetic Instagram feed to do this. And that's where we're mentoring these, women over 40 that, you can do this. Some of our members are getting paid shitloads of money to do UGC for these brands.
Some of them are turning away jobs because they have too fucking many.
Yep. And that's the thing. Because there are not so many women over 40 who are UGC creators yet, brands are jumping on them because they're like, that's my target audience and I'm desperate for content, remembering that brands need content all the time. It's not like they create one ad and then that's it. They have to feed Facebook with ad after ad after ad to test, not to mention all of their organic feeds as well. So
just imagine for a second that, like, if you put yourself in the shoes of a consumer for a second. So if this beautiful woman is 64 years old and she goes to she wants to buy a, let's just say, because lots of people use it, a wrinkle cream, right? Is she going to buy a wrinkle cream from a 30-year-old female who has no wrinkles, maybe doesn't have babies, maybe isn't married, maybe she is, maybe she is, doesn't matter, but she's got no sunspots, no wrinkles, no nothing. Now, are you going to buy that product from her, or are you going to buy that product from a 55 or 60-year-old woman or older that goes, oh my gosh, I just found this product. It's incredible. I thought there was nothing for me. It's good for sensitive skin. It's good for aged skin. It's good for sunspots. It's good for whatever it is good for. Who are you going to buy from? So you need to get that into your mindset as a creator, because brands want people to buy their shit. So if people consuming your content because they believe you, because you are authentic, because you look like me, you act like me, I resonate with you, that is the power of this particular topic as well.
Yes. And if you look at all the products that you've got in your home, you're the target audience for that brand. You bought it, so you want it. So those brands need content creators in those specific demographics to create content for them. So the products and the brands for older women, it's endless. Like, yes, there's going to be the wrinkle creams and the continent pants, what have you. But there's also lots of products that, everyday people buy. And, I myself, I would trust an older woman to recommend something to me than a 20-year-old influencer, because, these days you're like, well, yeah, she got paid shitloads to say that. I don't know if that's true or not. Whereas UGC creators, it's a little bit more authentic, and, we train our UGC creators anyway to only promote products that they genuinely can get their face behind. So, yeah, absolutely. It does not matter your age at all. You could be 80 and be promoting something that that demographic fits. So,
Yeah.
there's no cutoff for this. And, you know, these days, if you promote yourself as a UGC creator and you're 64, it won't take long before brands are starting to jump on you and you'll be busy.
Yeah. And so just to give you some ideas, let's list off some just random ideas because we did this just before we hit record. Some random ideas that you could use or you could turn to that you might not have thought about. And some that we came up with was I'm assuming at 64 you're potentially retired. What do you do? Do you go in a caravan? Do you go to Airbnbs? Do you go to resorts? Do you go out to dinner? Do you go to somewhere for lunch? Do you meet the girls somewhere and have a day spa? Do you drink wine? Do you not drink wine? Do you exercise? What exercise equipment do you use? What programs do you use? What food do you eat? Where do you shop? You know,
And
that's just the start. Any others that you can think of, man?
I think you covered it all.
Not all of it, because then there's hair care and then there's makeup and then there's
Yeah.
clothes and then there's earrings and then there's glasses, there's sunglasses. Like, are you getting my drift, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can be really strategic in positioning yourself to brands to be like, hey, I'm 64. You know, I've been around the block a few times. I'm good at content. And they're going to be like, you know what? Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that's something that inside the Recurring Revenue Society, our membership, this is exactly what we do. We teach women 40 plus, 40, 50, 60. We have those age group women inside our membership. We have a full course that takes you through every single step you need to know and understand content creation as a what's called a UGC content creator. So user generated content, but it's basically you landing brand deals, brands paying you for content because brands always need content. And like we said, Mia is a six-figure content creation genius who's had a huge success in that space, came from being an AMBO and in the healthcare. And my background is brand and marketing. So I really come in with that side of understanding branding and marketing from the bare roots to help our audience, I was going to say audience, our students really get inside the minds of brains and pitch to brands and stuff like that. So that's just part of what we do. But I hope that covers, if you're curious and you thought, oh, you know, I'm too old for this. No, you're not.
No,
God damn it.
not too old. Not too old. And we have a beautiful community of lots of UGC creators that are helping each other answer questions, giving advice, like sharing jobs and ideas. So it's a pretty cool space to be in.
All right, guys. So that's our little tip for this week. We shall see you next week.
Hooroo.